Folsom, right? We got our cameras and everything, and we see this big old bus. It's a big, gigantic, fancy bus with all this painting on the outside. It was Eddie Murphy's private shuttle bus. I'm like, oh man, we're taking pictures of it and everything. And they told us to be quiet, because down yonder, you can see them. They're shooting the opening scene of 48 Hours when they're yelling at each other when Eddie Murphy gets out of prison. And Nick Nolte's trying to recruit him to help him in this caper. I'm like, oh man, look at that. That's Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte, right? So. Yo, what's up my YouTube fam? This is the true story. The time me and my buddies got to hang out on the set of Another 48 Hours starring Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte. Go back to 1989. This is my first year of college. And back then there was no internet. You had no idea movies were being shot in your neighborhood or in your city. Well, that night, I'm at home chilling with my mom and dad talking. My dad said, hey, son, you know Eddie Murphy is shooting a movie at my job. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, they're shooting a movie at my job. See, my dad was a teacher at Folsom Prison in California. And he said, right now, they're trying to keep everything quiet at first, but then news got out and the media spread everywhere. And that night on Fox 40 News, I would never forget this. They ran a story on Eddie Murphy, how he wasn't very personable with the audience. He wasn't going out there meeting and greeting people. So it kind of made him look bad. So the next day, they said Eddie Murphy's going to be out shaking hands with the public. So me and my buddies, we all skipped college that day, hopped in my 1971 Dodge Omni, and drove all the way to Folsom, California to go get on the set of Another 48 Hours. Our dream was to meet Eddie Murphy. You gotta remember, back then, Eddie Murphy is like The Rock is today. He was the biggest movie star in Hollywood. He was a rock star of movies. So we're driving out there, we're all excited and everything. And you know, back then, that's where my mustache thick. So I kind of look like Eddie Murphy, sort of, kind of. My buddies used to tease me all the time, right? Even had my hair cut like him from Harlem Nights. Had the little flat top, shaved on the sides, with a part that looked like Jason for Friday the 13th took an axe and dug it into my head. That's what it looked like. But we drive all the way to Folsom, right? We got our cameras and everything, and we see this big old bus. It's a big, gigantic, fancy bus with all this painting on the outside. It was Eddie Murphy's private shuttle bus. I'm like, oh man, we're taking pictures of it and everything. And they told us to be quiet, because down yonder, you can see them. They're shooting the opening scene of 48 Hours when they're yelling at each other when Eddie Murphy gets out of prison. And Nick Nolte's trying to recruit him to help him in this caper. I'm like, oh man, look at that. That's Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte, right? So after a couple of takes, they came over to where the bus was at and was meeting and greeting. Not really up close, but they were like waving, and Eddie Murphy signed a few autographs and everything. His publicist was there, so he couldn't get too close. Well, we got as close as we could, try to take pictures, but man, it was hard. But my homeboy played a prank on me. My buddy named Richard Campbell. He said, oh my God, look, it's Eddie Murphy. And he pointed towards me. Everybody ran to where I was. Hey. Oh, shit, that's not Eddie Murphy. Oh, they're playing a prank on us. I'm like, motherfucker. He got me, man, because we always played pranks on each other. It was me, my homie Richard Campbell, Dupree Parker, and Scott Bryant. We all went to high school together. We graduated together. And then some of us went to different colleges, but we all hooked up that day and Joe to Folsom Prison to go meet this the crew, the 48 Hours director and everybody like that to make it his movie, right? And we really couldn't get that close to Eddie Murphy, so we was kind of bummed out. So we was walking around the lot, you know, moaning and groaning, and then we seen the stunt coordinator. I go, wait a minute, are you the stunt coordinator like that drives the car and everything? Goes, yeah, buddy. Dude was down to earth. He let us go over to the car and touch it. You know, the famous Cadillac from 48 Hours and also another 48 Hours? He let us take pictures with the car, get inside the car and hang out, right? So it was really cool. He was telling us all these stories about Eddie Murphy, how the car looks beat up. But if you get up close, they paint it to look beat up and rusted. That car is in prime condition. And when you lift the hood, that engine was brand new. Like I said, it was a stunt car. So we're out there hanging out, laughing, taking pictures. And some girls started walking by. I'm like, hey, act like we're part of the movie and get these girls to take pictures with us. Act like I'm Eddie Murphy's double. And they was acting like, hey, man, yeah, man, you and Eddie Murphy, man, y'all really funny. And these girls are like, what? Eddie Murphy? There was just one really cute Mexican girl and this really cute black girl, right? And we told the stunt coordinator that we knew each other, that we was buddies, we're working on the film and everything like that. So these girls were taking pictures with me and my homeboys right next to the car from another 48 Hours. It was awesome. We felt like movie stars that day. And to get that close to Eddie Murphy to hang out, man, it really, really felt good. So after this video, check out some pictures because I have them from years ago when we took pictures with our camera. And like I said, it's a time that I never forget. When you get a chance to do something crazy like that, man, go out and do it. You only live once. And this is a story that I would never ever forget. It resonates to me to this very day. Thank you, Dad, for telling me that Eddie Murphy came into your job and was shooting another 48 Hours. And also the town right next to Folsom, where they shot the famous scene where the bus gets shot up by two motorcycle riders and the bus flips over on the side. That was all done in the same location. We was near that too. But with that stunt being so dangerous, they kind of kept us far back. You couldn't get close enough with your car to drive over there to see it. But we did see Nick Nolte and we did see Eddie Murphy arguing right in front of the jail in Folsom Prison for the opening of another 48 Hours. Thank you for coming to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe, and tell all your friends. And be sure to leave your comments down below. Until next time on True Stories.